Happy Sunday. If you're bored of me because I was on 3 Men in the Basement with Vancouver Comic Junkie yesterday, I apologize, but here I am again on the Newbie show. What's happening, everybody? It's Sunday. Wherever you are, it's probably beautiful. If you're in Ontario, you probably got the bad news on Friday. Newbie, what the hell are you talking about? Well, the bad news is we are back supposedly on another lockdown extended until June 2nd or 9th. So that's going to ruin some plans for me going to some comic shops. So yeah, it's pretty stupid, pretty shitty, but yeah. So that's what's going on in my neck of the woods. I hope everybody in the US, I hope everyone out west, wherever you guys are watching, hope everyone's safe, able to do your thing. But where I'm at, cannot go into any shops, cannot do anything, supposedly now until June 9th. So it's a bad day here in Ontario, but hopefully things get changed up because I really want to go to comic shops. So yeah. But anyway, enough with the negative. Let's get down to it. We got a lot to cover today. We got new comic book day, newbie spec of the week. We got some news. Yes, we got some news, some casting news, some show news. It's all over. So yeah, let's get it going. As usual, I'm joined by my Musketeers. Comic dude, RIP Ontario. Yeah, man, you you know what it is, man. I'm always joined by my Musketeers. Today, unfortunately, not unfortunately. It's always a good thing when these guys are on. But I only have one of my Musketeers with me today. One of my amigos, one of the OGs. So I guess that kind of spoils it for who this person is. But yeah, lots to talk with him. I know he's probably ready to tell me I mispronounced something or anything like that. So let's get it started. Let's bring in the man, the myth, the legend. You're damn right I said the legend. It's Mr. FaceTime.
What's going on, bro?
How you doing, man?
I can't complain too much.
Even
if I did, nobody gives a
shit. That's what I always get told. Oh, by the way, before I get started, happy Mother's Day to all the mothers out there. Got to show some love to the mothers.
For sure. Mother's Day.
Good Mother's Day on your end, man?
Yeah, definitely. We had a good day for sure. I think she was pretty happy.
Yeah, I did too. I wasn't able to see my mom. She was working. She's a hard worker, so she was working today on her day. So Newbie will go see her later in the week. But yeah, I hope everybody had a good Mother's Day. If you were able to spend it with your family, I'm super jealous. But yeah, man, it's a new comic book day. There's I gotta ask because I always do. What do you think of this week? Heavy, light? There's some goodies. There's some gems in there today.
Yeah, for sure. Every week is heavy for me.
Yeah, well, yeah, when you're buying every book.
Yeah, right. Feels that way.
All right, before we get started, you know how we roll. We got a few friends that we talk about here on the show, so let's bring them out. First up, we've got Big B Comics. They got 3 stores, one in Barrie, one in Niagara Falls, and one in Hamilton. You guys know I rep the one in Niagara, but I also visit and talk to the guys in the Hamilton one. Hyper's bought from here. They've got a lot of great stuff. If you guys are missing something, especially if you're in Ontario, you can get these guys. Shipping is really quick, so go check them out. eBay, their Instagram, and their Facebook. Next up, oh, shoot. Okay, hold on. Whoa.
I think your slides are fucking going crazy, bro.
What's going on here?
Oh, man.
That
shit is possessed, bro.
We'll fix this.
Need a
fucking. It always happens when I get to Bleakers. All right, hold on. But while I get this going, give me 1 second, ladies and gentlemen. Dun 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 dun, because I want to show love. All right, let's see if this works now. All right, let's try this one more time. I'm being hacked. Yeah, man, it seems like it. All right, let's try one more time. The government's on to me. All right, we got Big B.
That's crazy.
There we go. So we got comic book pressing, Mr. Bleecker Street Comics himself. You guys already know I rep this guy a lot. He's got over 3,000 books in his collection. Go check out the website. It even gets better. If you use code word Newbie Comics #1, he'll give you 10% off. So Go check out the books. There's a lot of hidden gems in there. He knows his stuff. He knows, his hot books. So he's got a lot of them. Make sure you guys go check them out. He's a solid dude, friend of the channel, and he's in the chat. So, go check him out. Shape State Creative. Go ask Derek. Tell him Newbie sent you. If you need a logo, an intro, whatever the case may be, he's got it. Graphic designer. All you got to do is message him at that address right there and tell him Newbie sent you. And finally, we've got, Mutant Beaver Comics. Use code word Newbie10. Mutant Beaver is huge. Pressable Defects uses them. They promote them. They're solid dudes. Make sure you guys go check them out. If you're worried about, well, Newbie, I live in the U.S. Newbie, I live in Australia. It doesn't matter. They ship everywhere. So you'll get your books, really good price. So make sure you guys go check them out. Boom. Perfect.
I don't know if I would say perfect. It started off a little rough.
Yeah. We got through it. So that was, the perfect thing. Before we get started, let's say hi to the chat. We got Sam here, Mr. eBay, Mr. Numbers himself. We got a Source Tiger. He's throwing up that silver medal because he knows he was here second. What's going on, brother? What Spider Likes all the way from Australia. What's happening, man? Thank you for tuning in. Waiting for a Canadian YouTuber. Might as well get a dual Australian-Canadian passport at this rate. Oh, man. Miguel, what's going on, brother? How you doing, comic dude? He was saying RIP to Ontario. So, yeah, we're kind of headed that way. Wesley, 1/3 of the Future Spec Show. Go check them out, man. They're doing their thing. What do we got? We got Dan. Dan, what's going on, man? Thank you for joining. As always, friend of the channel, Bleecker Street Comics. I already talked about him enough, but yes, 3,000 books in his website. Make sure you guys go check him out. Nice guy. His name is Jay. So, you don't have to call him Bleecker. Just call him Jay. Empire, what's going on, man? Thanks for stopping by. Andres. Newbie, what's up, peeps? Southern Cali, a.k.a. Diego, beautiful day. Man, I'm jealous. Tricky, Clicky, sup, guys? I'll be listening in the background. Appreciate that, man. Thank you so much. Chimo. Yeah, there's comic too. Ramirez, what's going on, man? Yeah. Ramirez
it's all bad.
I saw Ramirez was posting some barbecue pictures, so I was kind of jealous in that too. So, yeah. PSA cards, 777. What's happening? Tim, Newbie's gonna spec on Red Sonja. The day is yeah. Hey, I posted that info, and that's pretty much where I left it, man. But yeah, go figure, right?
Now you got a reason to buy it.
Yeah. We got Phil in the house. What's happening, man? Bricks, another Canadian. David. Okay, working and listening to the show. Happy Mother's Day to all. Yeah, absolutely. Thanks for tuning in, David. Much appreciated. Where's Hyper? Well, guys, Hyper became a 4-time champ on Tony Sanders' channel. And he just basically said, Newbie, go fuck yourself. You're only a 1-time champ. I don't want to be a part of this. I'm out. So here we are. No, I'm just kidding. I'm kidding. No, he's got some Mother's Day stuff. He's got to do. So, he told me that he wasn't going to be on, and that's fine, man. It's Mother's Day. Totally understand. But yeah, Hyper's good. He'll be on the show on Tuesday. Just not on today. He's got some Mother's Day stuff, so that's all it is. But yeah, if you haven't checked it, Hyper did win for the 4th time, so now he's a 4-time champion on Tony Sanders' channel. He'll be defending his title one more time, I guess, until he loses. 2 weeks from, next Friday. So tune in for that. If you haven't congratulated him, go congratulate the man. Yeah. And what's going on? All right. Face, you ready for the show, man?
Definitely, bro.
All right. Wait, hold on a second. What am I doing here? Okay. Bingo.
That I can't help you with.
All right. Let's get started, ladies and gentlemen. If you're tuning in from wherever you are watching the rewind, much appreciated. Let's get into it. And yeah, let's get some information out there to the people. So here we go. We're going to start off with, well, I was already down the line, but we're going to be starting off with Image Comics. It's a few heavy hitters. I wouldn't say heavy, but we got a few hitters here. So first up, we've got Department of Truth #1, 5th printing. We've got a theme here, Face. All these late printings. #1, This one is on your list. I 100% can guarantee that, correct?
Absolutely, bro. It's Department of Truth. It's the fifth printing. It's probably gonna be one of the last ones that they do. I would guess. Uh, so it's probably gonna be a fairly low print run. It's just a recolor of the original,
Yeah.
But I'm on Department of Truth pretty heavy, so I'm gonna pick one up for sure.
Yeah, that's the thing. Like, I think that this is the last one. I can't see it going into like a sixth, seventh printing. I'm also not the biggest fan, and Face, I don't think you are either, of when they do these reprints, they just color it differently. Like, I think we kind of like it to be something completely different, correct?
Yeah, the recolors aren't my favorite thing at all. Being that it's on this series, I'll grab it, but usually that's a pretty big deterrent for me. They pick up on the later prints. I just happen to like this series enough that I want to complete my cover collection.
Yeah, it's crazy. How confident are you that this is the last one?
Um, Man, honestly, it's probably about 50-50. Uh, you know, fifth print is pretty big for an indie comic. This was a higher print run, initially than like Something Is Killing the Children and everything like that. So I can't see the need for as many later printings.
I agree. I totally agree. This next one, fuck, Hyper's not here. I was trying to kind of pronounce it properly, but we got Geiger number 2. Did I pronounce it right?
Yeah, I think you got it, bro. Say it
All
again.
right, perfect. Geiger.
You got it.
Yes, thank you. So we got Geiger number 2. The success of the first one. I mean, I can't talk about this book enough. Face, I mean, when this book came out, you were saying to pick it up. Mr. FOC himself, Sparks, he was saying to pick it up. There was a lot of people saying to pick it up. We're finally at the second issue. I say finally, but I mean, it's only been like, what, 3 weeks, 2 weeks? It hasn't been that long. But I think people are just interested to see where this thing is going. Number 2, we got 4 prints. And I'm going to guess this is going to be a book that a lot of people are picking up.
Yeah, I'm definitely picking it up. The first issue was really good. I'm loving the premise, and I mean it's Jeff Johns. I mean he's a phenomenal writer. Covers on it have looked pretty good. So
yeah, I'm just pulling up all the covers.
Yeah, for sure.
So we got cover B right here. We've got cover C right here. And we've got, I'm sure there might be different ratios and things like that. Previews doesn't always hold it. But then we got this
for
one.
sure.
Outside of, I would say, cover A, I think that this one's a winner for me. I kind of like this one. But again, always grab cover A. Always, it's always a smart play to make. But if I see this one too, I wouldn't mind grabbing it.
Yeah, I'm pretty big on the series, so I'll definitely grab several covers for sure.
Yeah. It's going to be interesting to see where, yeah, it's going to be interesting to see where that series goes and the popularity of it. You know what I mean? Like, I really think that they have something there. Again, everybody's looking for that next Something Is Killing the Children. I don't even think we can say the next Walking Dead. I think at this point we're saying, what's the next Something Is Killing the Children? I know a lot of people are banking on this one. It's a possibility. It's a good one. Still too early for me to picture these books getting up to the price points of Something Is Killing the Children, but you never know. Every book.
I don't think they'll get that high just because I think the print run on these was probably a good bit higher with Jeff Johns being attached to it than Something Is Killing the Children was. James Tynion's name wasn't quite as big when Something Is Killing the Children started, but there's definitely value in it. And like I said, first issue was really, it was a really good issue. So hopefully we've got another great series on our hands.
Yeah, agreed. Now, normally, we we sometimes are we've not sometimes we've started getting into the habit of, like, if it's no disrespect to books, but we kind of pass by some of them because not necessarily on everybody's radar or anything like that. No disrespect to them. This one I will talk about just a little bit, but simply because it's a number one, the second printing. A few people were grabbing it, but we got home number one, second printing. Again, you got the same cover, different color, right? It's just a little blue or black, white, whatever you want to call it. It's just more white, I guess. I don't know. But you got the same cover of the story. And I'm assuming that people are going to pick this one up. Again, it's no surprise that the book came out, what, 2 weeks ago, and we already have a second printing. I think that's just the way a lot of these books go now. I think that it's
Right.
It's normal now. It's not like a what if or like when. It's just a matter of, it's going to happen.
Yeah, pretty much. I mean, yeah, it's not really a surprise that they're doing this. A lot of people, are new to comics, so you can definitely see a lot of these first issues getting the later printings and whatnot. Like you said, though, I tend to prefer them to have some new cover art if I want to pick it up. Like this one, I'm not grabbing this one just because like I don't need a recolor of that cover. This series wasn't, it wasn't so big that I'm going after every cover. It may be to someone else, but for me, this is a pass just because it's just a recolor.
Yeah. Same. Yeah. It's the same thing, man. It's just eventually they got to start doing something different, man. I don't know. That's kind of one of the turnoffs of like picking up some of these second, third, fourth prints. It's like they're not doing much. There's no creativeness to it. It's just basically a money grab. You know what I mean? Unless the print run's different or anything like that. But at this point, I mean, I think everybody's just on print runs and they know their information, so it's just tough.
Yeah, I mean that does play a big part in it. People, are wanting to grab it because of the lower print run and everything like that.
Dan is saying, is that a sign that the writers are out of ideas?
Could be. Who knows?
It could be, but I mean, again, it's also just, I think, Face, when would you say? September, October, that's kind of when the second, third, fourth, then we started seeing fifth, some sixth, seventh, like that's when we started seeing it. And since then, it's just been, something successful. People are buying them, obviously, collecting them as a set, whatever the case may be. And then some are, low print runs. So, there's a market for them, but it's just at least do something different. You know what I mean? Like paint a huge X on it or a line, just make it different. That's all I'm saying. So
yeah, for sure. I mean, I get into it sometimes. There's a lot of them that I buy into the later printings, because they got some new art on it, cool cover and everything like that. There's plenty of cover buys in my life, but yeah, man, when they just give us these red colors, man, I generally don't feel it enough to pick them up. It's got to be pretty good for me to grab it.
It's hard, man. It's hard.
It really is.
Well,
it's a struggle, man. Struggle's real.
Yeah, we've got another hot series, but we got Ice Cream Man. We got Ice Cream Man number 24. We got two covers here. Face, I'm interested to hear your point on this one because I really, really like this one. I've got
I love this cover.
But it's got something to me. It speaks to me. I really like it. It's kind of got that movie poster, wanted poster kind of look to it / 50s, 40s like movie poster, I guess you could say.
Yeah, man, I love this cover. It's so simple, but it works. It's great. I'm a huge fan of the series in general, and man, there's so many different covers that come out for every issue of this with all the exclusives, and I chase down as many of them as I can. But just because I'm a huge fan of this series, like it's phenomenal. And this is honestly one of my favorite covers that they've done. I like you said, man, something about that cover. Just it's cool. It was a great idea, and they really pulled it off.
That's going to be a very difficult 9/8. Like it
Oh
is
yeah, for
going.
sure.
Yeah, that one is. Yeah. Um, I can just see it now going to my shop and people just, looking at it, spending at least 5 to 10 minutes on, a few issues. But yeah, I definitely think this is going to be one of the harder books to get in those high grades, 100%.
That might be part of the appeal of it too, is trying
Yeah.
to find 9/8 copy.
Yeah. This is the other one right here. So we got a cover B. I don't think it comes close, man. I think the winner of this is obviously cover A by far, hands down. There's no competition.
Yeah, see, I mean, I agree. I do love this cover too, but yeah, that A cover just it's awesome. I'll pick this one up anyway, and probably about 17 more or whatever. But
Could you see that cover A being a big, like, $40, $50 book by the end of Wednesday?
um, it probably not, just because I being that it's the A cover on it, I doubt it flew that under the radar. Being this series, but you never know. I mean, look at the Dr. Seuss cover that they did, man. That blew up pretty quick. So, it's possible. It's definitely possible.
Yeah. All right. We've got Silver Coin number 2. A lot of good things hearing about this story and this arc right here. Face, I know you picked it up. You got number 1, and you were speaking pretty high about this. You probably got more to say about it than I do, so I'll give you the floor, sir.
Yeah, the first issue was written. It was Chip Zdarsky, and it was great. I love the first issue. I actually got it sitting right beside me because I actually just read it. And it's a miniseries. I think it's like 5 issues. I'm definitely on for it. There's some pretty cool covers going on to it too. Like this one here, man. That black. That's another one that's going to be a hard 9/8. Just because, yeah, all that solid black, man. It's going to be tough to pull one out clean.
Is that the only cover for it? No. So we got this one.
Nah, there's definitely more.
Yeah. I mean, they're not terrible. I'm not really big on like the yellows and greens. But you don't really see yellow and greens too often. I mean, as covers, right? So it's got that going for it, I guess.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah. Are you picking up both of them?
No, I'm probably just gonna pick up the A cover.
Okay. This one we were kind of talking just briefly just before the show, Face. And we kind of had not a disagreement, but we just had different opinions on this one. But we got Time Before Time, number 1. Number 1, that's usually a trigger. Hey, let's pick it up. But yeah, new series right here. The year is 2140. So I don't think any of us are going to be around. So why not read about it? But yeah, we got a number 1 white.
Speak for yourself, motherfucker. I'm living forever.
We got a number 1 white black. This one again, another tough one that's probably going to be high to get in high grade. But yeah, I don't think this one hurts if you just pick up 1 copy and you put it away. I mean, this could be something special. It could be nothing. But again, I mean, if you just pick up 1 cover, I don't think it's a bad investment.
Oh yeah, for sure. I'm definitely picking it up. I want to check it out. I'm just up in the air on it. I don't know. It could be a great series. The synopsis is it sounds interesting, but
it's 2040, man. What do you mean? That's crazy.
Right?
2040, and to escape a world with no future, many turn to the syndicate, a criminal organization. Like it seems to me like it's almost a future mafia story. I think it's got potential.
Oh, it very well could. I don't know. It's one of those. I just don't know enough about the series yet. I don't know enough about the author or anything like that. So I'm definitely gonna pick up a copy. Check it out.
Okay, fine. You twisted my arm, Newbie. Okay. Hey, man, I'm not telling nobody to get anything. I'm just saying when you put it, sometimes it's you read the words and you're like, oh, okay, future, syndicate, crime, whatever. And then you start thinking about it and it's like a mafia in the future, what would that look like? You know what I mean? And I don't know if it was just because recently I was watching Futurama at the time that I was thinking about this book and it made me think, but kind of one of those books that I think if you picked up one copy, you put it away, forget that you even have it, who knows? I think you might be surprised down the road. You go through the box, you're like, oh shoot, I have this one, boom, and then it could be something. But again, I'm not saying that this is going to be, the greatest movie on earth, or there's going to be $1 million book. I'm just saying, this could be something. I could definitely see it, but again, I'm only one man and one person, so.
Oh, for sure. And like you said, I mean, you're getting it at cover price, so it's worth picking up for a read for sure. Yeah, for me, like I said, I just didn't know enough about the series to get overly excited about it yet. So I'm gonna wait until I give it the good, the read, and then we'll see where we stand with it.
Yeah, I think I'm gonna grab it.
Oh yeah.
All right, Dark Horse. We got Black Hammer #4. Is this even a thing still? Like I know there's a few people on it, but I know there's also a few people that have just kind of stepped away from it.
Yeah, like this is another one I don't know a whole lot about. I didn't get into the Black Hammer universe from the beginning. I've heard good things about it, but it just wasn't one that I got into from the beginning, so I haven't made the attempt to jump into it yet. I'll probably at some point grab a bunch of trade paperbacks and start reading them, but haven't got there yet. So
there's not much. I mean, we got Grinnell. I always butcher this one. Grinnell Devil's Odyssey. I mean, that one's kind of going to the end. We got House of the Last Horizons #1. I mean, again, we got a #1 story there. And then we got Resident Evil, Your Ride's Here. It's finished. It's done. There is a show. If you're in Canada, I know it's on CTV. If you're in the States, I don't know where you could see it. It's been an okay show. I was kind of disappointed in how they did it. I thought it could have been done a little bit better. I didn't really like the choice of actor myself, but Face, you remember early on, I was obsessed with those, that 1, 2, and 3, those covers. I mean, they had some really nice covers at the start.
yeah, I what I want to pick up. I think there's a series that they did before this, 1 or 2 series. I'm not sure how many. I missed out on those, but I do want to grab them in trade paperback. I've heard really good things about it, and I think it's Alan Tudyk that plays in the series, and he's one of my favorite actors. So I really need to check this out, man. I'm slacking on this one, so
yeah. And the show has been apparently renewed for a 2nd season. I was just not like I didn't trust you, Phil. I was just looking on the phone, and yeah, it has been. I don't know if it's. I like the covers, like I said at the start. The show is kind of, I don't know. I think it's more of the actor. I think, again, maybe it didn't help that I watched Dodgeball before that, because the guy from Dodgeball, that pirate, is actually the main character. He's the alien, so. We'll see. Yeah, Reno's he couldn't get into it either. I was expecting a lot more. But yeah, hey, some things hit, some things don't. I mean, everybody's different. So
for sure.
All right, going into IDW, we've got a big one here. Well, I don't know about big, but big names. We got Kanto and City of Giants #2 of 3. Not like this book is big. I don't know. We don't know. I'm just saying Kanto is big, super hot, but we've got a Kanto book here. What's the word, Face?
Bro, I mean, it's Kanto, and like you said, super hot right now. There's, some movement going on with the property itself. It looked like big things are going to be happening with it, and Kanto has been a fucking great read. So, I mean, it is kind of one of those like sort of all age type series, but man, yeah, phenomenal read. So if you're not on it, it's definitely worth checking out at least. I mean,
Yeah, you can't go wrong.
I know our man Hyper is a big fan of it too.
Yeah, and Keys.
And
You know,
yeah,
Keys is
Keys,
big
your
on
boy,
it too.
he got lucky in a back issue bin, didn't he?
I don't really like to talk about that story because we were both there. Okay, and it was $5, but yeah, he got the better of me, that day. So, Lasso, what's going on, man? How you doing? Oh, we got a few new people tuning in. So what's going on?
Appreciate that.
Face, congratulate you on hitting 100 subs. Yeah, man. What's up, brother?
Appreciate it.
Swaggle House, what's happening, man? Swaggle, man, congratulations, Swaggle House. If you guys don't know, you guys don't follow Swaggle House, go check him out. But he just got one of his biggest grails, like one that he was chasing. He got it. I won't spoil it for you. I watched the video. Congratulations, man. There is no feeling like getting your grail in your hands, watching them, watching the video, watching your emotion. I'll spoil it. He doesn't cry. I'll give you that. But
I might have cried a little bit.
I would have cried too, man. But congratulations on the book, man. Well deserved. And like we say in the comic world, on to the next book, right? So hopefully the next book, comes up in your favor. All right. So for IDW, I mean, there's not really that craziness. I mean, Face, I know you like G.I. Joe, so we got G.I. Joe, Real American Hero, 281. Not really picking it up. I haven't really been on the newer stuff. You know me, I'm more of the older stuff. Is there anything that, the people watching need to know about this G.I. Joe book?
Actually, yeah, this 281, they are introducing a new character in this issue. It's a female. I believe her name is Sherlock, and I think she's on one of the covers. You might be able to do your little trick there and bring up, I think, the B cover.
All right.
Yeah, that introduces her. So, and I mean, it could be a thing.
That one right there, right?
No, that's actually not her either. So I'm not sure. Might be the next issue that they have her on the cover, but I'm pretty certain that they're introducing her in this issue.
Yeah. So it could be okay. So she could be introduced, and then the next one, 282, could be the.
Yeah, I remember seeing her on the cover. So if it's not this one, it's 282. But okay. Yeah, she's definitely introduced in 281.
Okay, cool. Two brothers, what's happening, man? Thanks for tuning in. Big shout outs to Dustin and the guys over there. If you guys don't know who Two Brothers is, you're missing out. Make sure you guys go tune in. Hidden, what's going on, man?
Hey, Newbie.
Yo.
Actually, go back to that G.I. Joe once real quick.
G.I. Joe?
Yeah, the one we were just on. Go. No, actually, hit your back button one more time and scroll up just a little bit.
I can't go back because when you do previews, like it opens a new window.
Well, I mean, yeah, go back to the main screen is what I'm saying. However, you do that.
Right here.
Now go up a little. Just go up a little bit. Yeah, right there. Click on that.
Oh, this one. Gotcha. I didn't even see this one, to be honest with you.
Yep. Okay. No, that's the one that she's on right there.
That's her. So that's the cover, and that's her first appearance. Okay, that's interesting.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, hey, there you go. So a first appearance of a G.I. Joe character. Guys, you guys know I always talk about it, and I always say this, and I think Hyper and Face, they're sick of me saying it, but G.I. Joe is going to be big. Hasbro's got a lot of money invested in them. I mean, if you missed out on some of the older stuff, who knows if these newer characters hit. But again, it's a first appearance. Can never go wrong with that. Okay. This is finally over. Go figure. I mean, I think this is probably the best cover that they've done throughout the whole series. I mean, it's only been 5 issues, but we got Sea of Sorrows. This is it. The story is done. I don't know, man. It's a nice cover. I'm pretty biased when it comes to these covers, but I'm still on the fence. I don't know.
It's another tough cover for sure. It's been a good series. Definitely. Another tough cover here. It is one of the better covers in the series. I mean, they've had a lot of really good covers in it. I think my favorite was probably like the Incentive or something like that was on issue 1. But yeah, it's it's a good series. It's wrapping it up. Awesome cover. So it's on my it's on my pull list for sure.
Yeah, it's crazy, man. I can't believe it's over. Like it just seems like it's been so far.
Bro,
Biggie,
Hyper is that famous.
he's actually too famous for me now. He told me that he was done. He's like, man, I'm a 4-time champ. I don't got time for your show. So I was like, whoa, okay.
Bro.
No, I'm just playing. He's got some other stuff that he's taking care of. So yeah, so he wasn't able to make it, and that's fine. He'll be back on Tuesday. But yeah, it is what it is. Hey, what's going on, Kev? Yeah, Sea of Sorrows is a great read. Crazy that it's over. I think the first issue, Face, if I'm not mistaken, came out in like November.
Yeah, man, it feels like that for sure.
It's been a long time. I think.
It's been a minute.
Yeah. All right. We're gonna do something a little differently. We're gonna go straight through Marvel right here. So,
Shit.
Face, and if I skip through anything that you kind of want to talk about, just let me know. But let's talk about this one really quickly. We've got Beta Ray Bill #1 of 5, short series, but we got a second printing. Sometimes people kind of just see, second printing, I got to go grab it. I mean, it's an okay cover. It's not the greatest in my opinion, but hey, everyone's got different taste.
So this is one of those things where, man, bro, it's cop out, but it's like I don't even know how I should feel about it, because like it's almost even worse than just the recolors, because this is just it's an interior panel that they just slapped on the front cover. But it's Beta Ray Bill, so I'm gonna fucking buy it anyway, because Beta Ray Bill is awesome.
Yeah. It's got a following, right? He's got a following.
Yeah, man, and I'm part of it, so I'm gonna have to grab it. But yeah, like that's the thing that Marvel seems to do sometimes, man. They just throw interior panels on the front cover, and yeah,
It's true. All right, so I know there's a few Peach Momoko fans out there, so I know you probably want to see it, but we got Fantastic Four 32 Peach Momoko variant. It's Doctor Doom. You look at this and you say to yourself, yep, this is a Peach Momoko. I don't even have to tell you that it's Momoko. You can just see that it is Peach.
Yeah, for sure, bro. You know what? I'm actually I don't know what it is, but I think I'm getting like all of the main covers for this. There's like 3 or 4 of them. I just like the cover, man. Doctor Doom, I'm a fan. That's it. I haven't really been into the story that's been going on as much with the Fantastic Four for a little bit. So, I mean, it's been all right. But
do you think that like all these like sweet Doom covers will have like when he drops? Because obviously we've already seen Doctor Doom in 2 adaptations. Like we've seen 2 versions of him. Do you think that he's gonna get that Miles treatment or that Spider-Gwen treatment where like because it's a sweet cover of Doctor Doom, it's just gonna go up in price when he drops, when he's on the screen and done properly?
I think that there's definitely some that will probably see that. I don't think it'll be like as across the board as you've seen with Miles, or Spider Gwen, but there will probably be select covers that definitely pop. There almost always is with these characters. Those things whenever they show up, outside of the normal keys that, of course, everybody wants to grab. You do see a few of like their classic or iconic covers, get a nice rise in price.
Yeah, Dan, this is funny. He's like, if you couldn't afford Fantastic Four #5, which is the first appearance of Doctor Doom, before he says this issue won't help you.
Yeah, right.
It's true, man. That book is in a different universe with what it's going for, what it's worth, what it will be worth. I don't think there's a dip in that book anytime soon. I think that thing is just going to keep going.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, you'll probably never see a dip in that one.
No.
It's one of my grails. Doctor Doom is one of my favorite characters.
I
So.
should have pulled the trigger when I did. I remember coming across that book at a very affordable price.
Oh
Like
wow.
many moons ago. Like back in 2015, I think, but just never pulled it. Never pulled the trigger. So,
Wow.
all right, we got a number 1 and a Spider-Man alert, but we got the Amazing Spider-Man King's Ransom number 1. Please don't let there be kindred in here.
Oh God. I'm pretty sure it is fucking related. It's another one of these goddamn one shots that they did with what was it? Sins of Norman Osborn or
yeah.
whatever. Yeah, it's another one of those where it ties in, and man, I got nothing for this run. It's covers that keep saving it for me, that keep me buying it.
That's what I've cut down, man. I've cut down on that stuff. Just more money for those deals, more money for those big books, man. It's it's tough.
I try to, but if I see a cover there that I'm a fan of, I gotta grab it. So
yeah,
and it keeps having like 1 or 2 covers on it that are just really dope Spider-Man covers that I pick up. So I keep reading it, and it's not getting better for me. That's my personal opinion, though.
yeah.
There are people out there, I'm sure, that love it, but I'm just not a
not everything's for everybody, right? That's
right, exactly.
So, Face, I know that you're going to enjoy this one because I think when we spoke about issue number 1, you were you think that there could be something here, but we got Heroes Reborn number 2. Number 1 had a ton of first appearances, but number 1 came out last week. Now we got number 2, so this is kind of quick.
Yeah, I mean, this is one of those series. Like it's sort of one of those things where like they kind of throw a bunch of shit at the wall and see what sticks. And then every now and then you'll get a character like that'll just resonate with fans enough to somehow cross over into the main Marvel universe. It's one of those type of series. You won't. It's hard to say if you'll see that happen, but Jason Aaron's writing it, so it should be pretty decent read regardless. And there's some pretty cool covers on it with those trading card variants. I like those. There's a couple other variants that are pretty cool, but it should be a good read. There might be some little bit of spec value on a character here or there. Probably nothing too serious though. But I'm very interested to see where they're going with this shit, because it's like this is kind of where I guess it's taken over like sort of the Avengers run for now.
Yeah.
And like the last thing that we had going on in Avengers was we got a new Phoenix, and then all of a sudden this is happening. So kind of wondering where this all came from, what caused it or whatever.
And Jem saying, I'm just waiting for the right series to jump on, but nothing yet. Hey, it happens, man. You don't have to jump on everything, right? Especially when it's your own money. If somebody else is paying you, hey, that's a different ball game. But if it's your money, depending on your comic goals and what you want to collect, I mean, you don't got to jump on everything. I've been very vocal where I went like 4 weeks without getting anything, just because I didn't want to. I didn't see anything, and yeah. So, but it just depends on where you are in your collecting, right? Like I'm trying to cut down on my new comic book day because I'm trying to collect these, bigger Silver Age and these Grail books. So, everyone collects differently.
Right. Exactly.
All right.
And there's no wrong way to collect.
No, there isn't, unless all you buy is like, well, I don't know. I couldn't think of anything, off the top of my head. I was trying to make it like a joke, but yeah, I couldn't think of anything. So never mind. We'll continue. We will continue. I will get back to it. I will get back to it. Oh shoot. Hawaiian Punch 72. I'm waiting for Newbie's next. Man, I haven't done one of those in a while. I will. I do have some news. I do have a few people that have messaged me to do one. So there will be some things
happening. For it too.
Yeah, there's going to be an auction, but thank you so much. Guys, if you guys haven't followed on IG, Mr. Hawaiian Punch. Go check him out. Solid dude, one of the day oneers from my journey on YouTube and everything like that. From Chino's Comics and their auctions. But yeah, Hawaiian Punch, been one of loyal, nicest guys. If you want to talk comics with them, this is one of the good guys to start your conversations with, man. But I appreciate you, brother. Thank you. All right. Face, I'm only bringing this one up because I know you like the action figure variants, and I know that there's a few people who collect these, but we've got Heroes Reborn #2, and we got Power Princess.
Yeah, you know, I am a fan of the action figure variants, but I'm actually passing on these. Just I'm getting the trading card variants on this one, so that was the one that I opted for. And I do buy a lot of shit, but I don't buy everything. So sometimes you just gotta take an L on it, and this was one of them.
Yeah,
but I do like it. It's definitely, I mean, they're awesome action figure variants.
Yeah, I just came across one of the Iron Man ones and the Iron Spider-Man one, and I think I came across like $2, but again, because I was buying them from a website, like the shipping just made them like more expensive, and I was like, fuck. But it happens, man. It happens.
Yeah, for sure.
We do have some Heroes Reborn, Peter Parker, Amazing Spider-Man #1, but again, I mean, there's so many of them, so I'm just gonna kind of pass by those ones so I can get into some Star Wars. So we got Star Wars #30.
You don't want to jump on that Spider Woman?
No, fuck no, God no. Star Wars, nothing, man. I got nothing to say. I mean, a lot of these characters.
See, here's the thing. Like, I'm a fan, obviously, of Star Wars. Fucking love it, and I'm definitely gonna grab, you know, this whole event series and everything. Yeah, you did. Yeah, the problem that I have, well, I guess it's not really a problem, but it's just that, like, this story is kind of contained in a timeline that we know, like, the end result of, like, we know how it plays out. So, you know, it's hard to like see any I mean, it's hard to see any like spec value, I guess, outside of like covers that get, you know, popular or whatever. That the Black Armor Boba Fett covers are, you know, a thing that people are pretty interested in and everything like that. You know, I've got a few of those coming. But yeah, other than that, you know, it's just it's a contained timeline, so you kind of know where the story ends up playing out too.
Yeah. Just quickly, Empire saying no Spider-Man Spider's Shadow. Spider-Man Spider's Shadow #2. So yeah, so that is this one right here.
You know, I read the first issue, got the second issue. I'm on for this, you know, the miniseries. I'm not sure how I feel about it yet. It was an interesting first issue for sure. It's a different take on, you know, Spidey if he had kept the symbiote. So, you know, I don't want to get into too many spoilers, but yeah, I need another issue at least to see how I feel about it for sure.
Yeah. Sorry guys, I work, even when I'm off work, they're still messaging me, so I apologize. I'm still paying attention, so if I'm looking down, I totally apologize. But yeah, it's, I don't know. I didn't pick up #1, to be honest with you. If something happens in this, you know, I'm pretty confident I can find some of these anyway, but yeah, just not something I'm picking up right now.
Yeah.
All right. We've got Star Wars High Republic #5.
Yeah, you know, I you know, I'm picking this up still, and I enjoy it. But for me, of the High Republic stories that are going on right now, I actually like IDW's run a little better at the moment.
The Avengers, the
This,
Adventures one, right?
yeah, yeah, and not that there's anything wrong with this one. There's not at all, but yeah, I just like IDW's run a little bit better.
Yeah.
But still, of course, Star Wars, I'm gonna pick it up, so gotta grab it.
I don't think you can go wrong picking these books up. I mean, it just Star Wars is so hot. I mean, how could you not, right? It's just, yeah.
Yeah, for sure.
All right, this one's an interesting one, but we got X Corp #1.
Yeah,
I
these
love this
cover.
cover. I could just buy this book just based on the cover. I don't even need to read anything about it. When I saw this one, I was like, yeah, I can jump on this one.
And the cover, there's a cover for #2 that's similar, so it looks like it's gonna be a theme for this series. They're gonna be fucking murder trying to get 9/8 across the whole run. Like that might be an accomplishment.
Yeah. I like this one. I'm interested to see where this goes, what's said about it, the story. So yeah, if this one's there, I'll probably pick it up. But yeah, I'm trying to stay away from these cover buys, man. I'm trying to save some money here, but
Yeah, I mean, I'm gonna grab it for sure.
If Tim's here, he's probably dying to know what my dynamite pick of the week is. Obviously, the Red Sonja news.
Yeah, here we go. Should be interesting.
That's kind of went crazy, but guys, here's my dynamite pick of the week. This one right here. Just that type of
solid pick, bro.
I don't know. Solid pick, Tim. I hope it's a good one for you, Hyper. I know if you're watching on the rewind, you're probably shaking your head saying, "Oh, Newbie." But yeah, this is my dynamite pick of the week right here. Again, if you're new to the channel, dynamite pick of the week. I'm just, it's all fun and games. I mean, I'm not. There's no first appearance, or it's not $1,000 book. So just take it for what it is. Oh, we got Who Dat in the house. What's up, Newbie in face? Where's Hyper? What he got? Dude, that's exactly what happened. He got too big. He's like, I don't need this channel. I don't need you.
Everybody knows.
Yeah. So yeah, that's pretty much it. That's where he is. He's starting his own channel. So we'll see.
I quit. Sending a letter of resignation. It was the whole episode.
He's got some Mother's Day stuff planned. So yeah, he wasn't able to join us, and that's all right. It happens. A lot of holidays, either Sunday night or Monday morning. So yeah, it happens sometimes. But yeah, he just had a few things, Mother's Day stuff to do, and yeah, he'll be back on Tuesday, hopefully next Sunday, unless he gets super big and then says fuck you guys for real. But yeah,
Hyper'd never do that to us, man.
No, I hope not. All right, we got
Boom. Solid dude.
We got Boom just before we go into DC, and again, we got news. We got comic news. There's some casting. There's some news going on. We're gonna bring you. Then there's also a Newbie spec of the week, and then we're gonna talk about Tuesday show. I got an interesting guest and an interesting show for you guys Tuesday, so tune in. So yeah, let's finish off right here with Boom, and then DC, and let the fun begin. So we've got, and Face, I know you pick it up. I know you've enjoyed it, but Firefly, brand new verse #3. I don't know if you're picking this one up or just the original series. But
yeah, no, I'm picking up. Yeah, I'm picking up both. This is it's a lot of new characters and stuff like that have been introduced to the Firefly universe in a little bit of a further down the road timeline. It's been a pretty good read so far. If you like Firefly, obviously Firefly is not a huge spec thing in comics or anything like that. But yeah, I mean, if you're a fan of Firefly, it's definitely a pretty good read. So
yeah, I just haven't been able to get on it. So for me, not something. Now I will say I haven't been able to get. I'm not the biggest into Magic Gathering, but I know this could be something that a lot of people pick up. So we got Magic Gathering #2. #1 was a huge hit. Yeah, I'm not big on it, so I'm skipping this one. I don't know about you. I'm pretty sure Hyper's picking this one up.
Yeah, I'm definitely picking it up too. I'm on the series. I got I got really lucky with the polybag pools that that on issue number 1. Um, got some of the covers that people were chasing, but yeah, I'm a fan of Magic. Man, I haven't actually played it since like I don't know. It's been a really long time, but this has actually got me to consider grabbing a couple packs of cards and everything like that, and checking it out again. So
I know a lot of people, man. After that first one came out, a lot of people were jumping on that Magic train again. They're like, I'm coming back into it, or they're getting it. So it's got to be
yeah,
something
man,
cool.
I always loved Magic. I just one of those things, man. I always prioritize comics over you know the cards, but now that we're getting better adult money with better jobs and everything like that, as we get older, maybe I
Yeah,
can afford to grab some cards on the side now.
yeah, exactly. All right, and then we have Mighty Morphin number 7. Not the biggest Power Ranger fan. It's super popular, but we got Mr. Zed right there. Connecting
Yeah,
cover.
man.
So I know my guy Hyper's picking this one up, even though he's not here. I already know he's picking it up because of the connecting cover.
Yeah, and I mean, I've gotten into the Power Rangers recently. I've been checking it out and learning more about it and everything. Other than like the show that I watched when I was a kid and everything like that. There's been a lot of changes to the franchise, with Boom and everything like that. Look, Lord Zed is my jam, so I'm definitely picking up that cover.
Yeah.
Um,
Literally an ass cover.
it is. That's my dynamite pick of the week for y'all right there.
Oh, geez,
Not even
yeah.
by dynamite. There you go.
Oh, man. Yeah. There's his dynamite pick of the week. Yeah. And we finally got, because, there's a lot of people that collect these, but we finally got the White Ranger. I mean, for most people, it's probably like, hey, newbie, what the hell? It's just a blank cover. But, this has been a thing. A lot of people have been picking these up. We finally got the White Ranger. I believe that's it. I think we've seen all the colors, right?
You know what? I think so. I'm actually one of those people that have been picking them up, and I think this is the last one. I'm not 100% on it, but I think like this is the last.
It's number 7. So you got the 5 original, 6 would be
right.
green, 7 would be white. Yeah. So I don't know.
Exactly.
Just right
I don't know if they're gonna.
I can't remember.
Yeah, I don't know if they're gonna do anything crazy after this one as far as that goes, but hey, if they are, I'm sure I'll grab it too.
Yeah. All right. Dun, 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 dun. And then finally, we'll end off here before we get into the DC stuff. But we've got 7 Secrets number 8. I know Mr. Key Issues is a big fan of this. I know you are as well. But we've got number 8 here.
Yeah, for sure. I've loved this series since issue number 1. Issue number 6 was an interesting cliffhanger that sort of got cleared up a little bit more in issue 7, but at the same time raised a lot more questions. Man, it's just been a fucking great read. Tom Taylor's writing it, and man, I love everything that he's writing. So I'm a huge fan of him and his work. So absolutely, I'm on this series 100%.
Yeah. Are they still coming in poly bags?
Actually, I'm not sure if they're still doing the polybag ones on these or not. I honestly can't remember.
Yeah, I think number 1 had it. Number 2.
Yeah, I know the
I
first
haven't
issue.
seen a lot of them in like the later printings. You know what I mean? So like, I don't know if it's just if it was for a reason that they did them early, if they were doing them all. And again, I haven't been collecting. Excuse me, I haven't been collecting all of them through. Like I think I have 1 and 2. That's it. So I don't know if they're all coming in poly bags. I don't know. Not like it matters, but I'm just saying, like, was there a reason why the earlier ones had poly bags and these ones don't?
Well, yeah, I mean, I know that. Yeah, they did the spoiler variants on the earlier ones, so that was why they did the initial poly bag, because they had a piece of like a cardboard over the cover, so that you couldn't actually see the spoiler variant. Yeah, I can't remember how many they did of those, or if they're still shit. I don't remember offhand. If they're still doing it, I'm sure it's on my pull list.
Yeah, well, we'll see. All right, so that covers.
Actually, hold up, Newbie, real quick.
But yeah,
Just want to make a mention that Proctor Valley Road, Mr. Key Mr. Key Issues is a huge fan of this series. He's actually got me. I'm picking it up. I actually didn't jump on it. It was first. It was one that I missed on just because at the time I wasn't really looking to add it to my pool list. But yeah, he's convinced me to grab it, so it might be worth checking out.
Okay, and he does a lot of thorough shit. He does a lot of reading. You know, if you guys know Key Issues, he goes deep, man. And you know, no pun there.
And it's Grant Morrison series, so you know, great.
Also,
great
it's got a cool cover. I mean, you know, you got the big ass Taro looking thing, the cops. You know, it's a cool cover.
Right. Yep.
All right, so that's that. We're gonna get into DC comic news, comic spec. Wet Dreams is saying the worst dudes #1. So I don't know if he's saying that we're the worst dudes, but we're #1.
No, yeah, there's a comic coming out that's called The Worst Dudes #1.
I was gonna say thank you. We're the worst. We're #1.
Yeah, no, it's an indie release.
When is
it might be coming out this release, or it might be coming out this week. I'm not sure. I'm not 100% on when it's coming out. But yeah, there is a comic that's coming out that's called The Worst Dudes.
Okay.
It looks pretty interesting. So if that is coming out this week, it might be worth checking out for you guys.
Okay. All right. Let me just get the fuck. There's this like weird what's it called? Joker cover that I think you're gonna enjoy or like, but
I'm sure 100%.
Yeah. So let me just get all of these open. All right. We ready for some DC here? Boom, 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 boom. All right.
You know, DC's actually been doing some pretty good shit since the whole Future State thing, man.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, I say that, you know, not sarcastically, but, you know, optimistically, I guess.
Right. Yeah.
I'm hoping to say, right? Like, I just don't want to like fully commit 100% and be like, yeah, you know what? DC's got their shit going, you know, like it just.
Right. Yeah, exactly.
So, all right. First up, we got Wonder Woman 772. Again, Face, this is where you got to shine because when it comes to DC stuff, Newbie's knowledge, like I couldn't tell you really anything about this. Honest truth about most of the DC stuff. So yeah, your time to shine, brother.
Yeah, I mean, so this is basically continuing the story of what happens with Wonder Woman after, you know, death metal and everything like that, and she's been messing around with some Asgardian gods, interestingly enough. And yeah, this cover, I don't know, man, like something about this cover, I really like this cover. I think it's just, you know, the coloring on it, like I don't know, it's just pretty cool to me. So you know, I don't think there's anything huge as far as spec value on this one or anything like that, but you know,
that's what everybody always wants
to know, right? Sure, yeah, I mean, and I'm sure Magic Lasso is definitely picking this one up.
Yeah, yeah. We got issues. What's going on, man? Thank you for tuning in. We got Rock joining in. What's happening, brother? And yeah, of course, Magic Lasso is picking it up. Come on, we don't even have to. You know, you don't have to bet against that.
There's probably on this I think if you scroll down there might be a B cover. I think Middleton was doing some covers for this.
This one right here.
Yeah. Josh Middleton is doing the B covers for this, so
it's okay. It's not my favorite one, to be honest. It's but again, I'm not the biggest Wonder Woman fan.
Not his back row covers, but it's pretty. Yeah. It's pretty.
All right, next DC book up, but we got Superman 31. Yay!
Yeah. Oh man, Superman. Whew. Man, I'm still up in the air on it. I'm optimistic for it. It's been it's been interesting so far since Future State. I'm not 100% sold on it yet, but it's got a chance. Superman has just been pretty boring for me for a really long time, so I'm hoping that it's got something going on that'll get me interested in the Man of Steel again, but who knows?
Hidden gem, yay! Man, that's how I feel. I don't know. Superman has never been. I don't know if this is news to anyone. Superman has never really been somebody that I not relate to, but just it's Superman is not one of the reasons I got into comics or superheroes or anything like that. He's just never been that guy for me.
Like it's been like it's I honestly I can't really remember a whole lot of Superman that I've been interested in since the death of Superman.
Yeah, it's been it's been a long minute, as the cool kids would say, right? So yeah. Next up, face. I know Joker's your guy. We got Joker number 3 here. He looks pale as hell, but yet he's on a beach, so he should be tan.
Yeah, but it's the Joker, man. That acid burn, so he just stays pale forever.
Yeah. It's But you gonna grab this one? Like, is there anything to it, or is it just?
No, I think well,
more flip.
I guess it's a tough call because I guess the it's gonna be interesting to see how it plays out with the Bane's daughter character. If that number 2 is gonna be a cameo or accepted as a first full appearance, and like whatever however we want to define what it is, it really doesn't matter. Ultimately, what matters is what the market is going to decide for it. So, it could be that issue. It could be this issue. I'm going to have them both because it's the Joker, and, it's a mini series. So why not pick up the whole thing if you're going to pick up one of them? James Tynion's writing it. He's been killing it. So, and me being the fan of the Joker that I am, I'm picking up every single cover that I can grab for it.
Yeah, I figured you would be picking up all the Joker stuff, especially one that's kind of cool, kind of corny, kind of nichey, like this. But hey, you never know, right? I mean,
yeah, definitely,
anything's possible
for sure.
This one I also know you're picking up. That's because I'm a good friend and I listen when you tell me you like certain characters. But we've got number 8 here. Again, I've really enjoyed a lot of these covers, but just not enough for me to make the purchase. You know what I mean?
Yeah, you see, I agree with you on this. I've been picking up every issue. There's a lot of covers that I've really liked for this. I actually have not read a single issue of this yet. Yeah, I'm a huge fan of Rorschach. Problem is, and Tom King's just for me, he's one of those guys. My personal opinion, he's just very hit or miss. Like when he writes a series that's good, he fucking knocks it out of the park. The Visions, like he knocked it out of the park. Other stuff, it's been a little for me. Yeah. So, the Batman run was not my favorite.
Yeah.
And Catwoman's not my favorite. But
cool cover, but not enough for me to pull the trigger.
Right. This type of maxi series though is exactly in his wheelhouse and what he usually knocks out of the park, and that's why I'm just waiting on it so that I can read the whole thing at once. And because Rorschach's one of my favorite characters. So
yeah, absolutely. Boom, boom. And next up, we got Batman, the Detective number 2. Yay! Again, just.
But it's Batman, so you got to pick it up, bro. It's fucking Batman.
Yeah.
Yeah, Batman's pretty much a standard on most people's pull list.
There's too many of them though, because now we go into like Batman Urban Legends 3. Like, there's just too many of them.
Thing, man. Right now, they are really fucking Batman heavy over there at DC. There's a lot of good reads and everything like that. Don't get me wrong, but they are very Batman heavy. I hope that after some of these miniseries wrap up, they'll take a break from as much Batman as they have right now and start applying some of that to some other characters. So, I love Batman and everything like that. Don't get me wrong, but yeah, there's a lot of shit going on in the Batman world right now. Um, and regardless of how good it is, there's only so much you can take till it becomes overexposure.
100%, 100%. And another Batman, but we got Batman the Detective. Oh wait, no, we did that one already. Hold on, sorry. Oh, we did this one too. Okay, hold on. I messed up. Okay, we're doing this one here. Boom. So we've got Future State Gotham #1.
Yeah. This is a
featuring the whole
continuation.
cast. This has got the whole cast from the Future State Batman titles.
Yep.
Correct?
Yeah, it's a continuation of the Future State storyline. So, if you were interested in that, if you enjoyed it, this is probably something that you'll want to pick up. I'm gonna grab it, check it out. So we'll see how it is.
Yeah. Could we see a first appearance in here? Like, I know it's a hard question to.
Being as it's a new, it's basically like a new sort of timeline and everything like that. It's very possible. It'll have like that similarity to like, I guess, how like the Batman Beyond universe worked, or timeline rather. So yeah, it's very possible that you'll get some first appearances and everything like that. How relevant they'll be ultimately,
that's the problem. Yeah, that's the problem.
So,
all right, we got two more, ladies and gentlemen, before we get into comic news and then comic spec. But we got Justice League: The Last Ride, #1. So again, that #1, that's usually something that attracts people. This is a pass for me. I can't say anything more exciting than that.
Yeah, well, see, the thing is, this is a digital first series or whatever, so I guess the storyline's already out there. I don't read anything digital, so I guess I got to pick this up if I want to read the storyline. It's Chip Zdarsky, one of my favorite writers. So,
Chad, the DC book. Right. Of course, there's a first appearance.
That it does have that fucking feel lately.
Yeah, it's insane, man. Like, I don't know. It just has. I just keep thinking about like that Donny Cates Venom run. Issues like what 20 to like 26, where it just seemed like there was always something going on. But yeah,
for sure. Yeah. But yeah, on that series, man, it's tough. It's Zdarsky, so I want to read it, and I went ahead and added one to the pull list just on the strength of that. But and it's one of those things. It's irritating because it's digital first, and whatever. Fuck it.
Final book on DC. We got Challenge of the Super Sons #2.
Yeah,
all day for me. I fuck, man. That's
like I actually thought that I was gonna go that route ultimately with this series. I went ahead and I thought I was gonna go ahead and just be a passport on it, but actually I ended up, the first issue I read and I really enjoyed it, so I'm gonna go ahead and pick this issue up and continue reading it for now. But yeah, like I don't see anything. They're like I don't think there's anything gonna be any like first appearances or anything like that. But it could be a good story, so I'm gonna check it out. Why not? Tomasi's a good writer.
Yeah, we'll see. All right, so that's New Comic Book Day for us. Face, do you have any comic news? So, if you guys are new to the channel, we do New Comic Book Day. We do comic news. Usually we talk about one of the shows that happened, but I mean, obviously there's no show going on right now. And then we get into the Newbie Spec of the Week. But I'm just curious before I kind of do my news part, if there's any news that you have to say, that you have to share.
Yeah, Loki Wednesday. That, I guess that's a thing. Instead of Fridays, we're gonna do Wednesdays. And,
June 9th. So they moved it up too, right? It was supposed to be.
Yeah, and you know what? I like. That's great and all, but like, okay, so here's my problem with this. Okay, they dropped the episode at 3 in the morning Eastern time because that makes it at least after midnight, across the country, right?
Yeah.
I'm a comic book guy. They're dropping that shit at 3 in the morning, you know, on a Wednesday. So I got to get the fuck up at 3 in the morning to watch this show, then get the fuck up early as hell so that I can be at my comic book shop first fucking thing before all these other motherfuckers get in there and rape the shelves. Man,
Yeah, very much.
come on, Marvel. Like that, it's stressing me out right now.
Now, I don't know if it's confirmed that it's just the first episode that's going to be the Wednesday, or if it's going to be every Wednesday.
I think the whole series is. Yeah, I think the whole series is dropping on Wednesdays.
Yeah. Okay.
But
So
I'm
that's
kidding, man.
interesting.
Like
I mean,
I'm completely okay with it. It's cool. Like,
I mean, you have a bunch of people. Like I remember, I was in this group chat, and like there was a few people in there. Like, oh my god, I'm so pumped, man! We get the show early, and it's like it's only 2 days. Like it's
yeah,
not like,
right. It is
a week or 2 weeks. Like that's a game changer. But if I'm waiting 2 days, I mean, that's not really that doesn't change anything that anybody's doing, right? So
not exactly the biggest move in the world, but
yeah.
whatever. It's cool.
All right. Hey, whatever. I'll take it. June 9th.
Yeah.
I'll take it, man.
Yeah, definitely. Back Marvel going on again sooner.
Yeah. Any other
even if it is only 2 days.
Yeah. Any other comic news you want to share, brother?
Oh man, that's all I can think of right off the top of my head, man. I got lists of stuff everywhere, but
that was pretty much the cherry that I had to say. I just have two more pieces of information, or three pieces. So the one, I know I posted it, and then a few people just like went off thinking it was me or whatever. But apparently, the next Superman film will feature a black, not Calvin Ellis. Yeah, with one idea having the film set in the 20th century or something like that. That kind of went crazy. I know a lot of people were hitting me up, were like leaving comments and things like that. I was just putting the information out there. But yes, Calvin Ellis, the one that a lot of people have been specking on, supposedly, the rumor is it's not the one that we're gonna get.
Yeah, so I guess what they're doing is it's going to be just a black version of Kal-El. So some original story. And like I don't know, man. Like, did anybody really want that? Like they had two perfectly good, they had two perfectly good characters that they have black representation as Superman.
Yeah.
So,
and you had Michael B. Jordan, who wanted to play it, man. So that's, I don't know. I think they had everything there, and then it just went to shit. But hey, before we go on, big shout outs to the Butcher at Pressable Defects, man. He was our guest last Tuesday. Big shout outs to him. I have actually something I want to share. He's here, so I'll share it now. Pressable Defects has given us a mystery box that we're going to be giving away on our on the 2,000 subscriber giveaway. So I have information about that giveaway coming up. So stay tuned for that at the end of the show. But yeah, big shout outs to the Butcher, Matt, Guy, all those guys at Pressable Defects. If you guys don't know who they are, you're crazy. Please go sub them up, go follow them. Definitely go make sure you guys tune in. And yeah, just good comic guys, so tune in for them. For sure. Yeah, so that was a big news. The other news, so two more pieces of information, but yeah, the other news is that Gal Gadot confirmed that Joss Whedon threatened her career while on set of Justice League. This has come up and been kind of a thing the last like 2 days now. I'm seeing a lot more people posting things. A lot more information is coming out now. But Gail's saying, yeah, that Joss Whedon basically threatened her career and everything like that. And where we are as a society right now with like bullying and inclusion, I don't think it's gonna end well for Mr. Wheaton. What do you think?
Yeah, there's pretty much no chance at this point that it ends really well for him. I mean, there's just been too much stuff that has um, come out against him or whatever at this point. I mean, it is what it is. Like you know, none of this can take away from the fact that he's written some good stuff. Um, but yeah, I don't think that a lot of people are gonna really want to work with him anymore
No,
after
I
all
don't
this.
think so.
So, you know, it's unfortunate that I don't know what like what the fuck would possess him? Like, bro, I mean, okay, I guess that's cool, you're Josh Whedon and everything like that, but it's fucking Gal Gadot. You're gonna threaten her career? Come on.
Now,
I don't know if he was aware, but she's kind of a bigger name than he is, so
yeah.
man.
Here's the thing that I'm surprised at is like, why didn't anybody else say anything? You know what I mean? Because like, if you go back the year that happened, right, the first Justice League. I mean, we're talking about 3 years ago, 4 years ago. And I could be wrong, maybe 3 to 2 years, but in my mind, I think it's 3 to 4. But like, you know, with all that Me Too movement, stuff like that, you would think somebody might have caught on. You would think that maybe like, you know, Ben Affleck or Jason Momoa or somebody close to her at that time would have maybe spoken up. So it's just kind of interesting that it's coming out this late. You know what I mean? I think that's just a very interesting point.
Well, I think a lot of it has to do with with what's been going on with Ray Fisher and everything like that, and
Yeah.
the stuff that he's been putting out there. So it's kind of one of those things where it's like sport. It does make you wonder why it did take a while to come out, but in fucking Hollywood, there's all kinds of weird shit that goes on. So somebody probably told her to keep it under wraps at some point for a while
Yeah.
or whatever, and finally she's just been like, fuck that, or who knows.
Yeah. I don't think she's got anything to lose. I mean, she's gonna come out on top looking
Yeah, Scout Bell, so
like the higher person here. Yeah, because you can't have that happen. Regardless if you're in a movie, you know, wherever, like bullying or being treated like that, there's no room for that. As humans, I hate bullies and things like that. So yeah, it's just sad. But flipping gears because now, before we get into the newbie spec of the week, we're gonna get into, I guess it's a little speculation in itself, but Face, the big rumor of today is the Venom 2 trailer is dropping tomorrow. Now, everybody's got an opinion on this. Everybody's trying to connect the dots. I don't think it happens tomorrow. And I hope I'm wrong, but I don't think it happens tomorrow. But I'm seeing a lot of people saying it should come out tomorrow. Where are these people, kind of getting this info? Just interested to know. Me personally, I've been saying for a long time, usually these trailers drop on like a holiday. So I was thinking more like that. And I don't know what the holiday is for you guys in the US at the time, but like the May 2/4 weekend, I was expecting a trailer to drop either from Venom or Eternals. But yeah, it's just interesting that people are circling the calendar for tomorrow. What are your thoughts?
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, I'm not really sure what is leading to the thought that it's going to happen tomorrow. I've seen, the postings about it and everything like that, but I haven't actually taken the time to read any of the articles.
Yeah.
Because the thing is, right in all the titles of them, it flat out said rumor. So
Yeah.
I'm not gonna hold my breath. I mean, if it comes tomorrow, great. If it doesn't, I'm whatever. I'm not really fucking figuring it's going to anyway, so not gonna lose any sleep over it. I hope it does. I'm waiting for it. I can't wait to see Woody's first appearance as Carnage. If we get to see that, hopefully even a little bit. But and we were talking about this in the backstage. We haven't even really seen an Eternals trailer yet, and that's coming out before Venom, if I believe so.
It's interesting. Rock here is saying there is a Venom 2 trailer. A cut of it went out to marketing teams for global sales and distributors on Friday. So maybe that's why people think Monday. That's a possibility. I'm still not to be right. This is one of those situations I want to be wrong, because just like everybody else, I want to see this trailer. I'm dying to see Carnage. I'm dying to see it. So I hope I'm wrong. But me personally, I do think that it's going to come out on the long weekend. Again, I don't know what the long weekend is in the U.S., but for here, it's the May 20, 21, 22, I believe, May 2, 4. So I think that's when it's coming out. But one of those cases where I hope I'm wrong.
Yeah, ours would be like the week after that. Our big holiday is Memorial Day, the week after yours. So I mean that would make sense. A lot of trailers do drop around the Memorial Day time too.
Yeah.
But man, hey, if we get it, great. If we don't, whatever.
It's not gonna lose, but I'm just gonna say what I think a lot of people are saying. But before I do, Guy Forge, what's going on, man? Another one of the guys at Pressable Defects. Again, I said it earlier. If you guys don't know who these guys are, you're missing out. You're missing the boat. They got great content over there. Make sure you guys go follow them, man. Because they're great.
They're great fucking guys too, man.
Yeah. But this is what I'm thinking right here. I'm with Swaggle House here. I need the trailer because I got that ASM in this next message he put 361, but he's got that eBay post ready to go, and so do I, man. I just got it ready to go. I don't know if that's the one that will release for audiences, because those are usually more like extended hype trailers to get more theater chains, etc., to commit. Yeah. I just need to see Carnage. That's it. That's all I want to see. I want to see an image of Carnage, whether it just be like his eyes, whatever the case may be. I just want to see something that shows us Carnage so I can sell my 361s. That's it. That's all I want. Like, that's it. So, yeah.
Well, it's coming soon. When exactly, who knows? But it'll definitely be soon. I don't think you have to hold your breath too long.
Yeah, I don't think – I think that one in Eternals is going to come, because those movies are coming. They're fast approaching. Maybe we get something closer to the Loki series. But, yeah, right now, guys, if you guys don't know, Loki's up next, June 11th. Black Widow is dropping. And then the What If in the summer. And then we've got basically Venom and Eternals, or Eternals and Venom back to back. So, yeah, it's going to be interesting. Yes, Avengers 48, man. All right, we're gonna do something a little differently. This isn't fully edited because there are a few people who are gonna be messaging me something, but I got something for you. Just a little transition to get into what we call Newbie Spec of the Week.
It doesn't matter. What does matter is that the tone says it's the Newbie Spec of the Week. Now, the tone just educated you. See you on the hunt, jabronis.
Oh, stop.
It doesn't matter. What does matter?
Ours dropping intros.
Oh, man. I had okay, so I apologize. There's a few people who messaged me a few things. I'm going to have to get that fixed. Wow, that is so embarrassing. Jeez. Whew.
Oh, what's wrong?
Had a little intro for Newbie Spec of the Week that I was going to do.
Right.
I only got Tony's there, so I got to go see what the issue is. My computer's acting up today.
I got you.
What is going on? But
hey, bro, but that's cool. You got stars dropping intros for you now and everything. I mean, damn.
Dude, Tony's a good guy. But guys,
hell yeah. And that show that they got over there is great. So if you haven't checked that out, for sure, go check it out.
And especially with our guy Hyper being four-time champ. Four-time champ.
Oh, that guy can't show up to our show anymore?
Oh, man, I don't know. I hope he does. But guys, this is Newbie Spec of the Week. Oh, man, embarrassing. I'm not Rock. Come on, man. I'll get that fixed for next time, guys. But yeah, Newbie Spec of the Week. It's time. Few things before we get into Newbie Spec of the Week. Number one, there's a theme. Number two, they might be obvious when I mention them, but there's going to be a lot of people who are like, oh, shoot, I forgot about this book. because I've said it to a few people. I've mentioned these books to a few people in the last couple of days, and people are like, "Oh my God, thank you for telling me." These books are still out there. They're still out there cheap, and a lot of them have a lot of good information for them, and that's why I want to share them with you. So, newbie spec of the week. Let's see if anybody can guess the theme that we're going for, and hopefully Butcher's in here, because I would love to get his opinion. Oh, Wind One. Yeah, hey, I've already talked about that book though. You didn't need an app to give you that information. I had that information. So yeah, we talked about Wind, a week ago or 2 weeks ago, but yeah, cover A is the one to grab in that book. There's a lot of people grabbing the Peach Momoko one. I get it. You probably want to stick to that Wind number 1, cover A though. Let's see here. So I got to move it. So here we go, guys. Newbie spec of the week, book number 1. Again, these books are out there super cheap. Don't get discouraged by those CGC numbers. But what is this book? Some of you people might not know. X-Men 154, Origin of Cyclops, and Havoc. I'm going with Havoc here. Personal opinion, I think Havoc has a big future. Big doesn't necessarily mean, hey, people are going to be dressing up like the guy. I just think he's going to show up. I think he's going to have something to do in this MCU. You can see already that X-Men 58, which is his first appearance in costume, has already gone up. Like, it is a $300 book, even raw. It's an interesting cover. It's blue. It's got, like orange and fire flames. You got Professor X, I believe, in the center with shoot, what's the face? Help me out here, man. What's the thing? Cerebral?
Yeah, Cerebral.
Yeah. On it. But again, a lot of people didn't know that book was a thing. I even like low grades of that book go for a pretty penny, man. So yeah, Origin of Havoc. Here we got last CGC sold in a 9.8 was $84 on March 31st. That's kind of crazy. The last CGC sold 9.8 on March 30th, which makes no sense because you would think that the person would see this. But on March 30th, the day before in a 9.8, it sold for $154. Here's the thing, and we just saw this happen with Wolverine. I'm not saying Havoc is Wolverine. By no means am I trying to say Havoc is Wolverine. Okay, just make that clear. But let's look at what's happened lately with these books on like the next best thing, right? Like when you can't get that first appearance, what do? You go to the Origin or second appearance, but when they're cashed out, what do? You got to go to that next book. This is a book that's very cheap right now. Some people are already grabbing it. Definitely a book that I know is out there in dollar bins. All you got to do is look for them. If you're in Ontario, I can tell you right now, I know 2 shops that have this in their bins. So, in Niagara, I'll put it that way. So, yeah, and no hidden. I am not saying Havoc is Wolverine, but you know what I mean? Like, you never know if a character hits, if a character sticks with some people, what's going to happen. I mean, people didn't necessarily think that Marvel's Comics Presents 72 was going to be anything. Like I told you guys back in February, I picked up 2 copies at a flea market for $2 each, right? And now look at the book. They just get crazy, and again, I'm not saying that it's going to be Wolverine or it's going to be massive, but if Havoc does have a good future, if he connects with a few people and things like that, hey, there you go. It's a good book.
See, here's the thing with this one too. I mean, we know eventually that the X-Men and mutants are coming. So obviously 100% sure we're getting Cyclops. Mm-hmm. Now, Havoc, it is a little bit more up in the air because he's not necessarily one that is as necessary as Cyclops and everything like that. So he might be a little more down the road, but yeah. Man, Havoc's just a cool character. I've always liked him as a character. Yeah, you're definitely not going to see a whole lot of people dressing up like him for Halloween or anything because those fucking outfits were horrible. Yeah, but, that's kind of one of the things that was the appeal for Havoc. And like you said, that, these origin issues and everything like that, that I love these types of issues. I've mentioned it on the show several times. So, It's a solid pickup. You can find this issue pretty cheap for sure.
Yeah. And I also think that he's an overlooked character. I think that there's a lot of X-Men keys, whether they be minor or not, are just skyrocketing. So why not jump on a book that might be passed up? Because let's face it, that cover's not going to make you look twice. It's not the most best looking one. And let's be real, when we see that win a Formula 10 racer, all of us go, man, fuck this thing, right? Because no one's ever won that Formula 1 or that Formula 10 racer, right?
Right.
I'm just saying, this book could have a bit of potential. I own X-Men 58. I was kind of early on it, talking to a lot of people in the winter about Havoc. You start to connect some dots. I mean, I think Havoc could have a little future. Again, I'm not saying this could be a $10,000 book or a character that has a lot, but I do think that if you can find this in a back issue bin, flip it for a bit of coin, I think you got something here in this book. Book number 2, and let's see if you guys catch the theme here. And I do want to say that this book, I always have my spec, but I know the Butcher was talking about this book. He was talking very highly about this book, and he was absolutely correct. But we've got Uncanny X-Men 161. This one, however, is spiking a little bit, and I think it's because people are picking up. But, Face, what does that say? Whose origin is that?
I believe that says Magneto.
First, yeah, so we got the origin of Magneto, big villain, raw copy selling anywhere between $11 to $35 Canadian. The last CGC sold $9.6, $127 Canadian on April 22nd. So that was literally what, almost 2.5 weeks ago.
Yeah, something like that.
Yeah. So that's kind of where your price point is for this book. But again, when you talk about origin stories, I mean, let's face it, X-Men 1, I mean, that's out of reach for a lot of people, right? So this is definitely an affordable book on a big-time villain, which you can probably bet is going to show up in the MCU. I don't think that we get X-Men without getting Magneto. I think that would just be really weird. So I could definitely, even being a player at $127 Canadian for a 9.6, he shows up. You know how it goes, guys. A character shows up, it's going like this, and then it just goes like that. So, I mean, it is and does have that quick flippability. Quick in the sense of when he shows up, right? You can kind of count that Magneto's going to show up. It's shocking to me that this book is so low, so cheap for a very long time.
Yeah, that's actually, man, I'm looking at those prices and wow, yeah, that is unbelievable that they are that low. That seems like it's a really undervalued key to me. Magneto fucking, I mean, he's Magneto. It's the X-Men villain. So his origin story, going for $30 is wow. It's very surprising.
But even at $127 for a 9.6, I'd pick that up.
Yeah, I mean I
would pick it up all day.
Yeah, it still seems ridiculously undervalued.
When you compare it to like other books that are in that $300 to $400 range, and then you have the origin of Magneto, it's just, yeah, it's mind-boggling to think it is actually that low.
Yeah, for sure. Wow.
So definitely one to be on the lookout for. I've seen this one a few times in the wild. I've never personally owned the book, but I have seen it out there. And again, they might not be in your area specifically, but these books are out there. So that's why we bring the attention to you guys. So just keep a lookout on it. And yes, if you've guessed that today's theme, even though I never really do themes, but the theme is origins, absolutely correct. Which brings me to book number 3.
I bet it's an origin.
What? Face, you're absolutely right. We've got X-Men 163. If you've heard me talk about binary, you know what I believe and what I've said. But we got, obviously, my personal opinion on this is that binary more likely than Captain Marvel. So, like, I feel like she will kind of take the mantle of binary later on. I think at some point, I've kind of said that I think Rogue will take Captain Marvel's powers away, then she becomes binary and things like that. Look at what the raw copies are selling for, though, $3 to $5. So even if you went and grabbed one copy, like that's not going to kill you. You know what I mean? Like no one's going broke buying one copy. And I'm not trying to tell people how to buy, but I mean it is a cheap buy-in. And when you're speccing and when you want to flip, when you want to invest, you kind of do want to get in on those cheap buy-ins, right? Some people you talk to, the cheap buy-in's $100, some $200, $300, and so on. $3 to $5. I mean, I'd be a player. The interesting part, is the last CGC sold was a 9.8, and it sold for $185 Canadian, which kind of surprises me. That is actually that high.
Yeah, I mean, I'll be honest. I don't like this book just because I don't like Brie Larson. I don't like Brie
I don't like
Brie Larson.
I hate her too, man.
Marvel stuff. I'm like, nah, I don't really want her as binary. Let's just go ahead and fucking get Rogue to put her in that coma and then just go ahead and forget about her. Yeah, that's just, my personal opinion. But as far as the comics goes, binary was a pretty cool take on the character and everything like that. Another solid origin story that you can get super cheap. So, hey, $3 to $5, that seems like it's definitely worth a pickup to me all day, just because, it's one of those little minor keys that you basically getting for a cover price issue now. So
yeah. And here's the thing, though, like my thought process goes to, I feel like Kamala Khan and Spectrum, I feel like that's kind of the future. I also feel like the fact that a lot of the cast members, the original cast members, don't really get along with Brie Larson. It's like very observant when you used to see those interviews with all of them. Like none of them kind of really mess with her. Like they kind of gave her looks. They kind of were condescending to her and things like that. So I could technically see them saying, you know what, our future's with Kamala, our future's with Spectrum. Maybe she becomes binary and it's just kind of like a way that we kind of get her out. But regardless, if that happens in the movie where Rogue comes or somebody takes her powers or she becomes binary, automatically this book doubles. Like there's no question in my mind. That's the way it works. That's the market. That's how the market's always been. It could have some deeper implications. And again, at $3 to $5, I'm a player all day for this.
Yeah, I mean, you look at what happened with West Coast Avengers whenever they brought in White Vision.
Yep.
So obviously this book would not be to that level or anything like that, but it would definitely have an effect if they do the the whole actual binary arc.
That's kind of where I had this going, Face. I kind of had that vibe of West Coast Avengers 45 when coming upon like binary.
Right. I mean, yeah. I mean that makes sense. That's a legit comparison. Like I said, I don't think that this would jump to that level. On the other hand, I wouldn't really have thought that particular issue would jump to the level that it did too. Yeah. So yeah, so they could definitely do the binary arc and maybe change up, the character so that she's more likable and everything like that. That would be maybe that's a solid solution. I don't know about as far as the rumors with the other cast members and everything like that. Just for me, she felt kind of wooden in the role. Not that I could do any better or anything like that, because I damn sure couldn't. But it is what it is.
Yeah.
So Binary is still a cool character, and for fucking $3 to $5, you can't go wrong.
Unless you love Nissan, you're probably not going to laugh at this. But Dan's got a comment here. Brie Larson should be remembered for one line: "Drop the taco, get in." That is from that Nissan commercial that she's in, and it's true, man. It's I don't know. You guys all know Captain Marvel is the only Marvel movie I've only seen once. I I have no desire to watch it again. I thought the first time around it wasn't the greatest. And I don't say that too often about a lot of Marvel movies. I know Iron Man 2 and Iron Man 3 were terrible. Just come on.
I won't lie. I've actually seen Captain Marvel multiple times, and I do enjoy the movie.
Oh, God.
Or listen, hold up. I'm not done yet. I do enjoy the movie for the part that Nick Fury and Phil Coulson played in it. Other than that, no. I liked Fury and Coulson in the movie. That was the one thing, and it saved it for me. I know a lot of people didn't like the Flurkin taking out Nick Fury's eye and everything.
Yeah,
it was kind of corny, but whatever.
It's funny because
that wasn't
like Empire saying, "Bro, I fell asleep at the movies watching it."
Yeah, that's the thing, man. Like the problem was she was most of the movie, and like I said, she just felt really wooden to me. And it just
it's not that it was a bad movie. It just didn't really click with me. I saw it. I kind of caught everything. It wasn't one of those movies that I was dying to see. I mean, obviously, Iron Man 1, went to see it multiple times. Avengers, Endgame, Black Panther. These are all movies that you finish watching it the first time, you're like, oh, fuck, I got to go see it again, right? This one just didn't really hit me with that when it came out. Again, I don't know if it's Brie Larson. I don't know if it's just the character in general. I've never been a big Captain Marvel fan. So, but hey, it happens. You're not going to like everything, and that's okay. There's probably going to be another movie that comes out from Marvel that I'm probably not going to like, and not just me, but a lot of people. So
the thing is too, you hit the nail on the head. It could also just be the way that the character was written too. Look at the perfect example of that is look at Thor in the first two movies, and
terrible.
vast difference in the third movie. You know what I mean? So
yeah. But it's interesting. Not to say I'm a genius. I don't think that at all. But I do like to put information out there. But the whole binary thing really, because this isn't the first time I talk about binary. Not on the spec side of things, but I've talked about it multiple times. But look at what Swaggle House is saying. Kind of telling they rebranding it to the Marvels versus Captain Marvel 2. That right there, when I saw that hit a light bulb for me where I was like, okay, the binary makes more sense now. Like 100%, it makes way more sense than her keeping her powers or being the future.
I'm interested to see where they're going with this, and with the Marvels and everything like that. Like, obviously, we know that they're using Monica Rambeau and Kamala Khan, and it looks very much like they're pushing towards that Ultimates story arc, which I think would be fucking dope. So, I mean, that was a great run. So,
yeah.
Hopefully we'll get it in live action. We'll see.
Yeah. All right. So I got one more book for spec of the week, and then we got a little bit of news to talk about really quickly, and then we'll get ready for Tuesday's show. So here we go. The last book, the newbie spec of the week, but we've got, looky here. So we got Uncanny X-Men 164, first appearance of Binary. Carol loses powers to Rogue. That's been something that I've played with, that I've kind of been talking about for a long time. It's a movie possibility. Again, this was done before that trailer dropped, and we got the Marvels now. But like Swaggle House said, it's kind of looking like they're rebranding it, so it's not going to be Captain Marvel 2, obviously. We know that. So who's to say that she continues? Binary could be a play. All these X-Men books have gone up, right? I mean, people are collecting and hoarding these minor keys, mid keys, whatever. I don't think anyone's ever said mid keys. I'm saying it right now. But let's look at the numbers. A 9.2 sold. The last CGC sold 9.6, sold for $118 Canadian on April 21st. Somebody must have been looking, or somebody didn't do their information properly, because 3 days later, on April 24th, a 9.2 sold for $216 Canadian. So you can kind of see that these things are going up, right?
Wow.
That's kind of a big jump. But if you look for raw, I mean, that's always the best place to start. You're looking at raw copies. You're going anywhere between $15 and $45. You get a nice pressable copy, a nice clean, crisp copy. You could have a bit of coin, especially if you're, all in at $45. So again, just putting it out there that, these 4 X-Men books, they're still out there. A lot of people sometimes pass by them. So I wouldn't necessarily pass by them. I think all these are kind of buys. When I see them, I kind of grab them. Again, based on, condition and price, but I don't think you can go wrong. It's not a long shot as I once thought. I really do think that this could be a possibility, but again, I don't work for Marvel, so I have no idea, but it's a possibility.
Yeah, I mean, I definitely can't argue that. I actually just picked this book up a couple months ago. It's just a cool, first appearance of a different take on a character, and minor key that I wanted to add to my collection. Pretty cool cover too. Like regardless of any of the spec shit or anything like that, whether she shows up in a movie, it's still a first appearance of a character that was pretty cool in the comics. So it's basically got a relatively appropriate value for that and its age. So yeah, I mean, I don't think you can go wrong for getting it. If you're interested in having just cool like keys in your comic collection, you know what I mean?
Absolutely.
So guys, even if she doesn't show up, you're good.
No, exactly. And again, like when you look at the origin, it being a $3 book, how could you go wrong with that?
Right.
It's very difficult to, man. So yeah, the first appearance, obviously, I give you, it is a little bit more expensive, but the origin, I mean, there's always money in it. Who knows? It's a possibility. You sometimes have to think outside of the box, outside of the comic. If they're going to rebrand it, if they're going, like Empire said, Captain Marvel, Monica Rambeau, I totally believe that that's the way they're going with it. So how do we get rid of a character? Do you think that they kill her off? I don't think so, not yet. So what's the other alternative? Make her binary.
Yeah.
So
it makes sense.
Yeah, and Bricks, nobody is forgetting Marvel Boy. Nobody. And I'll tell you why, because those are books I've just, stay tuned. But yeah, Marvel Boy, don't forget Marvel Boy. All right. Before we go, guys, I've got 2 big announcements. Well, big. I've got 2 announcements to make. I always say big, and then I just 2 announcements. 1, Tuesday show, I'm going to have a special guest. I've been talking to this guy for a few weeks now. He does great stuff. He's not really known in the comic community, but he should. He doesn't have an Instagram. But Tuesday, I'm going to be having a guy who, if you want to talk comic investing and you want to know what books to grab to make money or to hold value, this is your guy. He's got 5 books that we've got a little bit of information to show you. So we're going to be comparing 5 books to stocks. And we're going to be looking at these 5 books in the last 15 years on where they are. You'll be shocked at where some of these books are. You might be pressed to go buy some of these books, but they are big books. But again, we're looking at comics versus stocks and which one's the better play when we talk about these 5 books. He's going to give us some insight on books he recommends to grab. He's a dealer. He's going to give us first access to, that stuff. But again, really knowledgeable guy. This guy, I mean, 1, he's fun as hell. I've enjoyed talking to him. I enjoy watching his videos, but definitely a guy that I think is going to benefit you guys tuning in and watching him, because he's got a lot of stuff to say, good stuff. I don't mean that in a bad way, but he's got a lot of good information to give the community. So that is going to be super fun. Usually I don't have a pen and paper, but when it comes to David, I mean, he's got so much good information that I always find myself with a pen and paper when we talk. So again, that's Tuesday's show, 9:35 p.m. 9:35 p.m. Eastern time on Tuesday. I'm going to be joined up with my guys. So that's happening on Tuesday. I want to thank everybody right now for subbing. I just passed 2,000 subscribers, so you know what that means. It's giveaway time. It's giveaway time. So we've got a
Means
lot.
I quit until the giveaway's over.
What's that?
I said it means I quit until the giveaway's over.
Yeah, I think that's what Hyper did. But yeah, so we got a few books to give away. Pressable Defects just sent a mystery box, so we're giving that away. Source Tiger's giving something away. I'm giving something away. Dan is giving something away. You guys already know. I think Face has got something he's giving away. I think Hyper is saying think because, you know, there's no pressure. But I think there's going to be a few giveaways. We got some eBay cards. There's a bunch of stuff. I posted when that's happening. So that's going to happen on May 25th, 2 weeks Tuesday. So next week we have, this week we have that comic investing, comics for stocks. Next week we've got our keep, sell, buy. And then the following week we've got the 2,000 subscriber giveaway. Okay. So it's going to be fun. It's the long weekend after. So I figured, you know what? It's a perfect time to celebrate. It'll probably be nicer out. So, you know, I'll kind of be in a better mood, you know, in a festive mood, more Coronas in me. But yeah, we're definitely going to be giving away some stuff. So it's finally here. So May 25th, 2,000 subscriber giveaway. We're giving away a lot of stuff. We're going to have some different people on. It's just going to be a fun show, chill show. So hopefully you guys can tune in. And yeah, that's all the information I've got. That's all the news I have. Face, what's going on with you, man? Tell the people where they can find you if they're new, if they've never seen you before. What's going on with Face?
Of course, you can always find me on IG. You know, if people want to, you know, shoot the shit about comics or whatever, you know, you can hit me up there. Also, tomorrow we've got the second episode of Previously On, and you know, we've got a very special mystery guest. So obviously, I'm not going to tell you guys that it's Min Hunter. You're just going to have to watch and find out, okay?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Tomorrow, that's at 7 p.m. Eastern. We do it a little bit earlier just because, you know, there's a crowd that can't be on, you know, quite as late. So we try and get some shows to accommodate everybody. And, yeah, it's going to be a good time, I think so, for sure.
I hope that's not the guy who thinks everyone's me. No, I'm just reading some of the comments. Yeah, so yeah, Face tomorrow, 7 p.m. Special guest. They do their thing. Go tune in. Hyper hopefully shows up. If not, he might think that, you know, he's too big for that show too. Who knows? But yeah, Hyper, Mr. Key Issues, a special guest in Face tomorrow at 7 p.m. And as always, guys, you know, we're on Sundays and Tuesdays. Yeah, Empire's saying great specs like always. Didn't hurt my wallet too bad. Yeah. Hey, just wait. Just wait. Because I got some heavy hitters coming in the next couple of weeks, man. So be on the lookout, man. Be on the lookout because, you know, we're getting close to Loki and stuff like that. So, yeah, be on the lookout. But, guys, as always, thank you so much. Let's change it up a bit. Go look for those books, man, because they are out. Oh, no, I had a new catchphrase, but, you know, it messed me up. But anyway, guys,
next time,
keep searching for those books because they're out there.